Beals here with no nonsense, cause you can't make sense if you don't make sense. A pod with freestyle discussion, poetry and social deconstruction.
Good morning, podcasters. You're listening to the No Nonsense Podcast, brought to you by Stanford & Sons, the TV show that used to air on TV. Now it doesn't. Stanford & Sons. You won't be able to watch it. Today is January 13th, 2015, episode 40. Let's start you off with a little poem. It will make you more excited than a child in church. It will make you look for something even if there's nothing to search. It is very popular amongst the rich who can afford it. The most popular crop in Colombia will make you not want to sit. It contains an addictive drug that you'll want every day. And it will change who you are and the words you say. Be prepared to spend your money, for it's a pricey fee, because now you're hooked on that black gold coffee. That's right, folks, we're talking about coffee. Coffee's the most consumed beverage in the world next to milk. And people have been drinking coffee for over 50 million years. And what brings coffee to our minds today is a recent story that I read about a young gentleman who was living in the streets, and he had no job and he had nothing to really support himself. And then he started working in a coat factory, and they had coffee in the back. He drank coffee every morning, and he was able to sort through those coats faster than any other coat sorter in the world. So what happened was he got a raise. And so it's just an inspiring story about coffee. And let me ask you this, Burn. Do you think coffee is really what drives business today?
I do think it drives business today, but I think it's quickly waning in its influence, and it's going to become antiquated here any minute because of the proliferation of toffee. And the whole toffee versus coffee debate rages on in the minds of the consumers and the proletariat. But we have no reason to discover the alibi from a non-Syed.
So you're telling me these bourgeoisie pigs of the coffee industry are really at their fall right now compared to the rise of the toffee industry?
I don't really know exactly, but I do know toffee is a shit.
That is a very interesting insight. What we see now is coffee being run down in the sewer system, and it's allowing for a much swifter and quicker method of travel for turtles. Now, if those turtles didn't have coffee and it was still back to the sewage, they'd be going much slower. What do you think about that?
Well, I have reported these findings to the head of the Turtle Association, Turt, and he is going to actually form a blockade against all coffee and toffee streams in the United States and the sewer systems. He is finding these to be pernicious and not helpful to the American public, and believes that we should be remained with the Kool-Aid and vanilla cream extract in our water systems that are built. He believes toffee and coffee should be exclusively used for your mouth or insertion through the anus.
Time now for a news break!
Breaking news from blowhard Rush Limbaugh. He has chosen to give up his much maligned political talk show career littered with racism and misogyny to pursue a career in pornography. At age 63, he was initially afraid to make a career change so late in the game, but he has decided that this is his true passion, and what he wants to do with his life. However, he was not confident enough to make this seismic change without a little bit of physical insurance. That's why he has decided to have penile enhancement surgery. He has opted for a 13-inch black cock in order to differentiate himself from other male porn stars. Consequently, his porn name will be Vanilla Chocolate. However, he can't afford this $30,000 surgery because he lost his entire $400 million fortune to midget prostitution and gambling. He has started a Kickstarter campaign to ignite his new career called Big Black Cock for Rush Limbaugh. He has several future gifts for different tiers of donation, but most notably, if you donate at least $1,000, you can receive a vaginal or anal pounding from Rush in his new black cock. This is a plea to the public. Please help Rush Limbaugh, aka Vanilla Chocolate, jumpstart his exciting new career in the pornography industry.
My God! I had no idea that was going on in the world. Now let me ask you this, Beal. When we're talking about coffee, a lot of people are fully aware that it can expedite the bowels if it's consumer. Now, are you in belief that it is coffee that is doing this, or do you think it's the water inside of the coffee that is actually expediting the bowels?
I do not think it's the water. I think it is the caffeine in the coffee. And I have experienced this quick process of expediting my bowel movements in the morning when I have a tardy pop and a frappy. And when I have the frappy, I usually shit an hour quicker than I normally do for my morning shits. And they're usually more painful, and they're not quite as fun and give me a raw irritation for most of the day. But typically it's worth that caffeine bolt. And I think the American public tends to agree, considering how much coffee's sold.
Now, would you say that it's the caffeine itself that is taking your sphincter muscles and tightening them at a much faster rate than it would normally without the caffeine?
I think caffeine usually corresponds with the news reporters of the suburban American revolutionary coins of the erstwhile era known as synagogue.
That's some nice insight you see there, Bill. Now, let me ask you this. It has been proven by many farmers across the Midwest that when they instead of use water, they use coffee to water their crops, or if you will, coffee their crops. It seems that their crops not only grow much faster, but they grow much more bulbous. What do you think about that?
I think that that's true, but they also tend to grow leprosy as well, and that's something that we really want to reestablish in this world if we want to start considering world health a prime target of the health administration.
I think we will see leprosy at the forefront of the farming industry, and I think that we will finally find a cure to cancer. Well, we're at the end of our pod, and we're going to have to leave you with a little bit something special that we would not normally expect and normally do. A poem by Big Burn. Take it away, Burn.
Waking up in the morning, should I have coffee or toffee? Not really sure which, but I do know that I'd rather suck a dick of a big old witch. Now, I need that little extra jolt to make me feel energized. Come to my house if you want a quick dime, buy some coffee, throw it down your throat for a little bit of dish soap, and you're gonna be all good in the hood. Goodbye, podcastees.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Hope you got some insight and a few laughs. That's all for now, folks. Yes, goodbye. Till next time, as long as we don't die.